Sirach 48:2. He brought a sore famine upon them, and by his zeal he diminished their number. I want to say Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shah, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shah, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shah, call halal Yahweh Shema Shah, and I want to get infinite honors to Yahweh Shema Shah. I also want to give double honors to our teachers, the apostles of great millstone, who are worthy their double honors. And salutation to my fellow laborers in Yahweh Shah, pushing his truth across the four winds, Kwam Yasharala. All right, I brought out this topic because I came across this clip, and the Most High is about to bring a apocalyptical famine to the whole planet Earth, man. And he's going to diminish the numbers of the inhabitants on the planet by killing them in the worst way you can die. Because the scriptures say the worst way you can die is through famine. Let me get that. Lamentations 4:9. All right, and here we go. They that be slain with the sword, to be killed with a Gatling gun, a literal sword, all right, a slingshot, fucking dagger, to be hit in the head with a brick, a baseball bat, a stick with spikes on it, all right, to get hit by a car, a train. They are better than they that be slain with hunger. All those violent ways to die, gruesome ways to die, all right, fucking tiger mangle you and tear your ass apart. All those vicious ways to die, the worst way you can die, according to Yahweh Shema Shah, is to be slain with hunger. It's better to die a violent death, get your brains blown out with a 12 gauge, than to be slain with hunger. All right? It's the worst way to die, man. And the Most High is going to use that tool to slay a great number and diminish the numbers of human beings on the planet Earth. He's going to bring a famine throughout the planet Earth, man, a drought throughout the planet Earth, man. He's going to poison the water. Let this devil poison the water. All right? The way people get food in this society, you are 100% dependent on the government. It's going to be easier to have a famine in America than it is in Africa. And they having famines over there in third world countries right now. But the way America is built, where the citizens 100% depend on the government to feed them. All right, these people in these third world countries go out and hunt. They go out and fish. They go get it out the mud and they still be dying of hunger. How much more the people that can't fend for themselves, that's totally dependent on the government? Man, these people going to die by the millions over here by famine. Because Americans are, except, you got those country hicks, them good old boys, they live off the land in these southern regions. They go hunting, fishing. That's the way they way of life. But the vast majority of America is totally dependent on Walmart, Rousey's, Whole Foods. They're dependent on these stores. You shut down these stores, people are going to starve, man. So let me play this clip.
Troubling consequences of the pandemic is that millions more children are going hungry. A study by the British medical journal, now The Lancet, estimating that by the end of the year, an extra 6.7 million children under the age of 5 risk malnourishment. Thousands are predicted to die from hunger. The UN then flagging up an urgent call right now for action.
More children are becoming malnourished due to the socio-economic shocks created by the pandemic.
All right, and they talking about children, man. The whole planet, adults, men, women, and children are going to be starving to death. All right, they are highlighting children in this clip because, the children are weaker. They can't fend for themselves, so on and so forth. But adults are gonna be starving just like these fucking children. They're gonna be malnourished just like these children. All right? Motherfuckers gonna know how to learn how to fast around this bitch. And another thing, cannibalism is gonna come back uh, in the planet Earth. It's gonna be a big thing in the planet Earth. Because when you go to Deuteronomy 28, part of our curses is cannibalism. Okay? Cannibalism is part of the curses when you read Deuteronomy 28 and 52. Okay?
Low-income and middle-income countries. As leaders of 4 UN agencies, we are issuing a call for action to protect children's right to nutrition.
The report also highlights a vicious circle that the malnutrition puts families and their children at greater risk of contracting and dying from COVID. Help struggling to get through too. Lockdowns have seriously hampered humanitarian organizations and food supply chains in getting to those critical places. The worst affected regions are children living in sub-Saharan Africa and Latin America. Maybe no big surprise there, but the numbers reveal a really bleak picture. Well, you can see for yourself. The COVID global slowdown is likely to see child deaths from malnutrition rise by an extra.
That number's going to quadruple. And it's not going to be children. It's going to be just humans, period. That it's safe to say, and I'm speaking as a man, 1 million people might die per month from famine. See, this is the birth pains of the atrocities and calamities that's going to come on the planet Earth, man. Billions of people are going to die before our great king put things in order. So these numbers, they're going to skyrocket. 10,000 is cupcake, okay? These numbers are going to skyrocket in humanity throughout the planet. It's saying it might be 10 million per month or 10 million per day that die from fucking famine. Because it's written. It's all throughout the scripture. We're going to get these precepts.
10,000 per month, and more than 500,000 children again per month will be struck by the life-threatening condition called wasting, where dire hunger weakens their bodies to sometimes...
All right, see, every human... Man, a great number, billions and millions of people are going to find out what wasting is, whatever the fuck that scientific term is. Everybody in this bitch going to be in bad case if you don't have that mark of an exemption on your ass, man. Your families, your so-called loved ones, everybody you knew is going to be starving and thirst. Motherfuckers going to have a chip in them and still going to be starving to death. Because it's written.
Lethal levels. Tackling the problem won't come cheap. The UN says $2.4 billion is needed right now to deal with it. Well, let's talk Director Saskia Dupuy, who's the Senior Technical...
All right, that's it on that. Now I'm about to go through these precepts, and, you got multiple prophecies. And I'm going to go through things written aforetime to show that famines was always in the earth, man. All right? All throughout the scripture, you had famines. The Most High always vexed us with famines. All right? It's times that the Most High brought famines on the land, and that's just what was happening. Israel hadn't even sinned, and he would bring famines in the land, okay? So I'm going to read this first. This is Genesis 12 and 10. And there was a famine in the land, and Abraham went down into Egypt to sojourn there, and the famine was grievous in the land. Now, let me go get that word grievous in the blue letter. All right? You got to look at these words, man. It say a grievous famine. All right? So how much more is there about to be a grievous famine in these last days, seconds, and times when the Most High say we about to be living in the worst time of humanity ever in Matthew the 24th chapter. All right? We about to be living in the worst time ever since the earth been in orbit. And back then, during Abraham time, it had a grievous famine. So how much more of the famine is going to be grievous in our day and time, man? All right? It's going to be worse than every era, including the era that Abraham lived. All right? And there was a famine in the land. Went down to Egypt to sojourn there, for the famine was grievous. Now let's see what this word grievous means.
Strong's H3515. Kaved.
Kabade.
Kaved.
All right. And it reads heavy, great, heavy. We about to have a fucking massive famine here in America, throughout the planet. Abundant, numerous, heavy, dull, hard, difficult. It's going to be burdensome. You fucking right. It's going to be very oppressive. Numerous, rich. It's going to be a rich famine. Man, the Most High not about to play around this bitch, man. All right? To be heavy, weighty, grievous. This is the root word. Hard, be rich, be honorable, be glorious. It's going to be an honorable famine. To be burdensome. All right? Heavy, insensible. Man, to be made heavy. To make heavy, dull, make insensible. But you get the point. If it was done, things written aforetime was written for our learning. If it was done during Abraham's time, it's going to happen during our time. All right? Let me go to First Kings. Is that First Kings 18:2? Nope. Oh, yes, it is. Here we go. This is First Kings 18:2. And it had famines during Elijah's time. And Elijah went to show up himself into Ahab, and there was a sore famine in Samaria. All right? Let's get that word sore. All right? All these things that happened aforetime is going to happen in our day and time. That means you're going to have a sore famine in America. All right? Let's get these words, to get these adjectives, to see how the famine is going to be here in America. All right? First Kings 18:2. Let's see what that word sore means. All right?
Strong's H2389. Chazak. Chazak.
All right. And it means strong. It's going to have a strong famine, a mighty famine, a severe famine, sharp famine, hot, firm, hard, a strong one. Oh, bro, the Most High the Most High is about to, all this wickedness, all these abominations going on around about us, man, the Most High is about to pull out that spiritual whipping stick. That's why the scriptures say in Revelation 7, the four angels are holding back these four winds, man. This destruction. All right? Before the missiles come, the earth is gonna be in despair before the missiles even descend on this bitch, man. That famine is getting held back. The great famine, that's getting held back too, man. Okay? To strengthen, to prevail, harden, be strong, to become strong, be courageous, man. He's gonna have a courageous famine come through this bitch. To be firm, be strong, grow strong, prevail. To be severe, to be grievous. Boy, the Most High ain't playing, bro. The Most High not playing, man. He don't use these adjectives for nothing, man. All right? Let's go on some prophecy. This is Isaiah 51:19, and it reads, all right? These two things are come into thee. Who shall be sorry for thee? Desolation, destruction, and the famine, and the sword. By whom shall I comfort thee? Okay? The Most High is about to bring destruction, famine, and desolation, and the sword to all of the inhabitants of the earth that's not rocking out according to his vibration. All right? Everybody that's in enmity with his word, that rejected his prophets, that scoffed at his prophets, that was faithless, They about to learn what the true meaning of desolation, famine, and destruction is, man. Okay? Matter of fact, fuck, since I'm doing the blue letter, let me go and get that word famine in the blue letter. Shit, I don't got shit else to do. All right. This is let me go to Isaiah. Let's see what the word famine is in the Hebrew. All right. Get all them words. Get all of them. All right, I'm going to get famine first. Here we go.
Strong's H, 7458. Ra'av. Ra'av.
Okay. And this is what the Most High about to do. He about to bring hunger to the inhabitants of the land. Famine. All right? Hunger. He about to starve you out. This is the worst way to die, man. Allow one to be hungry. Allow hunger. This is what the Most High about to do. All right? He about to bring grievous hunger to the planet. To be hungry. Be voracious. To be hungry. Suffer famish. I'm famished, Norbit. All right? He about to make everybody famished. Be, all right, down here in the Strong's definitions, suffer. Famished. To suffer. Suffer. To hungry. All right? And our Heavenly Father about to tear this bitch up, man. And hunger is going to be one of those tools used to wipe out humanity, man. All right, let's see what this word desolation means.
Strong's H, 7701. Showed.
All right. He's about to wreak havoc, violence, destruction, devastation, ruin, violence. Ooh, ooh. That's why the scriptures say, work out your own salvation with fear and trembling, man. All right? The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, man. Man, we serve a terrible power, man. All right, Christians talking about he's all loving, all caring, man. Our Heavenly Father can be unmerciful and destructive and violent and don't be gracious. He could be merciless. You better get out that Christianity bullshit, man. Our great King, yes, his mercy enduring forever. Yes, he's gracious. All right, but he have another side where he could be the complete opposite. Where him killing you not enough, he got to kill your whole offspring, your whole kid, wipe out your family lineage, man. You got to know who you serve, man. Man, that's scary. Man, you read these scriptures, it's scary. Let's see what destruction means. Which one did I want about our desolation. So let's see what destruction means.
Strong's H, 7667. Sheveh. And second entry, Shiv'ah. Shiv'ah.
No, I went into desolation. So let's see what destruction means. All right, breaking, fracture, crushing, breach, crash, ruin, shattering. And that's what he about to do on all of humanity, man. This is the root word. To break into pieces, to break down, rend violently, wreck, crush, quench, to break, rupture, to be broken, to be maimed, cripple, wreck, to cause to break out. El Shaddai, man, demon-like power, man. These are the times we're living in, Akim. Our Heavenly Father, man, he about to be unmerciful to the inhabitants of the land, man. Scripture's written in Matthew the 24th chapter. If it wasn't for his elect, no flesh would be saved, man. And cannibalism is about to come back with a vengeance, man. This is Salakia, 2 Kings 6 and 25. All right. Cannibalism is about to be part of the American culture. Like McDonald's and 4th of July is a part of the customs and culture. With a culture, fuck. Rap is a part of the culture. Football and basketball is a part of the culture. Cannibalism is about to be part of the culture here in this bitch. This is the type of things that's gonna happen. All right. This 2 Kings 6:25. And there was a great famine in Samaria. And behold, they besieged it until an ass head was sold for 40 pieces of silver. Man, guys gonna have 40 pieces of silver. That's worth something. Paying for the head of a donkey. All right. And the fourth part of a cab of dove dunks for 5 pieces of silver. People gonna be eating bird shit, man. Because they ain't knew nothing under the sun. If they did it in the ancient world, they're definitely gonna do it in these modern times. The famine was so sore, vexed their asses, they was eating bird shit. Dove's dung, man. Okay? So if you eating bird shit, what's eating a human, man? All right, and we about to read that. And the king of Israel was passing by upon the wall. And there cried a woman to him, saying, help me, my lord, O king. And he said, if the Lord do not help thee, whence shall I keep thee? That was funny. And out of the barn floor, and that was real too, out of the barn floor and out of the wine press. And the king said to her, what aileth thee? And she answered, this woman said unto me, give thy son, that we may eat him today, and we may eat we will eat my son tomorrow. So we boiled my son and did eat him. And I said unto her the next day, give thy son that we may eat him. See, these black women that holler about, you get them, look on social media, they be like, I do it for my kids. This the reason I live. Man, they gonna kill and eat them kids. The Most High gonna let these demons and imps descend on this earth, man. And men are going to spoil men. Men are going to spoil his neighbor. And people going to turn on family members. Everybody's going to be in a like animal-like vibration, man. This so-called civilized human being, everybody's going to, it's like a domesticated pig. All right? As long as you taking care of that pig, feeding him slop, he looks pink and docile and meek. But you turn that pig out into the wild where he got a fend for itself, that pig regurgitates into his natural state. All right? That pig starts growing growing tusk. And then he starts growing hair. And he turns black. He turns black, full of hair, and starts growing tusk out of the side of his teeth, man. That's what's going to happen to the humans on this planet, man. They're going to turn into animals, all right? They're going to get in an animal-like a state, all right? It's going to be all about survival. And they're not going to have no integrity. Whatever it takes to survive, prostitution going to be the big thing. You're going to have women selling their bodies for Snickers and Twix and Roman noodles, man. All right? The Most High know how to humble a motherfucker, man. All right? This woman say she ate her fucking son. All right? Her and a woman made a deal to eat each other's sons, man. How wicked is that? And the women today are quadruple, they are 10 times as more wicked as the women were in the ancient world, man. The women today. They are lawless, okay? So how much more these women in this day and time are going to eat their children? You can't get around it. They're going to do it, all right? And it came to pass when the king heard the words of the woman that he rent his clothes and passed by up on the wall, and the people looked, and behold, he had sackcloth within upon his flesh. Then he said, God, do so and more also to me, if the head of Elisha, the son of Shaphat, shall stand on him this day. And see, the people, they're going to be mad at the prophets. You see what I'm saying? Instead of him going to the prophet and beseeching the prophet and asking the prophet to pray to the Most High to have mercy on us and humble himself and say, we have sinned, our people going to gnash with their teeth, and they're going to be angry at the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And the Most High is going to put more of a sword destruction on them. And then you're going to have some people where it's going to be so hard on them, they are going to want to repent, according to Proverbs, the 1st chapter. But the Most High won't hear them. He's going to be unmerciful. They believe the lies of modern day Christianity. All right? This is Deuteronomy 28 and 52, and it reads, and he shall besiege thee in all thy gates until thy high and fenced walls come down, wherein thou trusted through all thy land. And he shall besiege thee in all thy gates throughout the land, which Yahweh thy power have given thee. So wherever you live, man, you're going to have stormtroopers, Gurga troopers, UN soldiers, all right, NATO. They're going to come to your neighborhoods, man, and besiege it and subdue your ass, all right? And thou shalt eat the fruit of thy own body, because they're going to cut off the cities, going to put curfews. So if you don't got no food in your houses and no water to drink, what you going to be doing? You're going to be suffering and dying in your house. And when you're going to turn into an animal, and then people are going to leave out of their houses and go kick in the doors of their neighbors to kill their ass and cook their asses, man. And so be it. All right? You got to learn the terror of the Most High. Through the terror of the Most High, we persuade men, but you won't listen. All right? And they shall eat the fruit of thine own body. So they're going to eat the fruit of thy own body is your children. The flesh of thy sons and thy daughters. They're going to literally eat them. They're going to kill their children. And rotisserie their ass. Make a fire and put them on the fire, man. Put them in a pot, cut their asses up, and put their asses in pots, man. Because guess what? Love is of keeping the commandments. This thing where people say, I love my kids, I love them, I live for my kids. You don't love them motherfuckers. Because if you loved them, you wouldn't teach them how to be idolaters. You wouldn't teach them Christmas, Easter, so on and so forth. You wouldn't feed them detestable foods. That's not love. Love is keeping the commandments. So you don't even know what love is. So that means when pressure is applied to your ass, you're gonna treat them like a fucking animal, man. You're gonna do what the lions do in the Serengeti and hyenas and shit do when they get hungry, man. Them motherfuckers revert to eating their own kind and they get so fucking hungry. Polar bears, man, them dudes get so hungry, they gonna eat their own kind. They gonna find little polar bears and kill their asses and eat them, man. The Most High is going to turn you humans into animals, man. You're going to be eating shit cakes. And thou shalt eat the fruit of thine own body, the flesh of thy sons and of thy daughters, which Yahweh thy power have given thee in the siege and straightness, where thy enemies shall distress thee. All right? And your enemies going to be this government, man. And they're going to distress the sons and daughters of Yasharala, you so-called Negroes, Native Americans, and Latin-speaking people of the earth. Okay? And it's about to happen in the coming days. All right? Now I'm going to get the precepts for those that do take heed, man. That do fear and do tremble and do believe. This is Job 5:19. He shall deliver thee in 6 troubles. All right, those 6 trumpets you read about in Revelation. Yeah, in 7 there shall no evil touch thee. So that means the missile's not going to touch the servants of Yahweh Bashim Shai that are still alive. In famine, he shall redeem thee from death. All right, but he's going to redeem those that are seeking him early. All right, those that fear him, those that believe his word. And in war, from the power of the sword. All the destruction that these 4 angels going to let this destruction come, the Most High is going to protect his men. Thou shalt be hid from the scourge of the tongue, neither shall they be afraid of destruction when it cometh. At destruction and famine thou shalt laugh. All right? That's why we are seeking Yahweh Shai daily. We read his word daily. All right, we do as we commanded daily. All right, we want to be comforted during the destruction and the famine. Neither shall thou be afraid of the beasts of the earth, for they will be in league. For thou shalt be in league with the stones of the field, and the beasts of the field shall be at peace with thee. See, the Most High is going to let all these dogs going to make packs, man, and they're going to go through killing every human they see. These animals in these fucking zoos, the Most High going to let their asses break out, and they're going to wreak havoc, man. They're going to wreak havoc. You got these fucking so-called rich people, these exotic animals in their houses, chimpanzees, cobras, pythons. All right? The Most High gonna put spears on them fucking animals, them demons and imps on them, to have them wild out, man. Just go through this bitch torturing shit. And Jake and our people gonna be so fucked up, and they gonna be in an animalistic vibration. They'll be so hungry, they might attack the fucking tigers. They might see a lion, look at that bitch's food and attack it, because they going to be in so much animalistic a state, man. Instead of them running, they going to run to the motherfucker, man. It's about to be pandemonium in this bitch, man. I'm telling you. All right, this is Isaiah 65:13, and it reads, all right, therefore saith Yahweh thy power, behold, my servant shall eat. See, that's why it's imperative to seek Yahweh B'Shem Shai, serve Yahweh B'Shem Shai, cry out to Yahweh B'Shem Shai, pray to him that your flight don't come in the winter, man. You got to take advantage of these scriptures, man, and meditate on them, okay? So you don't be succumb to all these atrocities coming to the earth. But ye shall be hungry. Behold, my servant shall drink. All right? Because the devil going to poison the water. He going to put some fucking, he going to put a zombie-like fucking disease in the water and have everybody fucked up. All right? The Most High going to comfort his men some type of way. But ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servant shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed. All right? So the only people that's going to be comforted during this time is going to be the servants of Yahweh B'Shem Shai and the elites. They not going to be starving to death. All right? But everybody in between, man, even when you get them chips, those motherfucking radio frequency identification chips implanted in you, that's not a telltale sign that you're still going to eat, motherfucker. Because you got to have capital. You got to have money on the fucking chip. It ain't going to be no work in Egypt. Okay? The grinding is going to be ceased. You just going to have a chip in you, but that don't mean you're going to be able to work and get money. And then if the government do ration, anything they ration you is going to have a disease in there to kill more of you, because they want to kill out 500, they want to kill out, what, the Georgia Guidestones, what, say 500 billion? God damn. No, they want to get humanity down to 500 million. All right? So that's billions of people dying. Because you don't have no 500 billion people on the planet. It's estimated that there's 7 billion people on the planet. According to Esau's number. It might be more or less, but still. Okay? Anything you get from the government in these last days is not going to be good. All right, if the government ration food, that food going to be poison, because they're all about killing you. If they give you water, the water's going to be tainted. Okay? I seen some with a parasite that was clear just like the fucking water. You couldn't even see the motherfucker. And it was like a worm. It was a clear fucking worm that had, you know how the Most High beautiful in all his creation. The worm was in the water, but the worm was translucent. You couldn't see the motherfucker. It was just clear, but it was a worm in the water, and it was a parasite. And the government, you ain't gonna be able to take nothing for the government when they start rationing shit, because they all about killing you. All right. So with that, Lord willing to sit down was edifying to the hearers. I want to give infinite honors to Yahweh Shem Al Shai by Shimmer Kakadash. I want to give double honors to our teachers, the apostles of Great Millstone, and salutation to our fellow laborers in Yahweh Shai. Kwam Yasharala, Abba Abba.